Hey everyone, this is my homemade 70 watt high pressure sodium floodlight. As far as I know, it's the only high pressure sodium work light in existence, and I made it mostly for the novel purpose of having something different than my halogen and LED work lights. This light actually started as a regular high pressure sodium wall pack that you would see on the outsides of buildings, but instead I wired it up so that it could be plugged into any regular 3-prong plug. And I coated the inside of the refractor with foil to make it a reflector instead. This way it directs the light out at roughly a 120-degree angle, so about the same that you would see in most floodlights. Then of course, to make it portable and make it able to stand anywhere, I made a stand out of it with PVC piping that's adjustable, so I can tilt the angle up and down and make it face where I need it to. And then lastly, I cut out the front of the refractor so it no longer refracts the light, but it does shine right through the metal grill. Now the reason I replaced it with the metal grill is because some light is lost during the refractor, and I want this light to be as efficient lumen-wise as possible. So this way I'm getting every single lumen I can out of that 70 watt bulb. And this bulb actually puts out 6,300 lumens. It says so on the etch right there. So this is actually pretty bright, but what I like about high pressure sodium light is it's never harsh because of its warm color temperature, and I'll show you that later in this video. Now this light doesn't have a switch, so it only switches on when it's plugged in. I did think about adding a switch when I was wiring it up, but at the time it didn't seem like it was worth the extra trouble. As with all other high-intensity discharge lights, high-pressure sodium lights also take a few minutes to warm up before they reach full brightness. And in the beginning, they actually start out as a different color than their signature orange. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off the light and plug this light in and let it warm up. So you can see after a few minutes it's reached full brightness, and the camera doesn't really pick it up, or maybe it does, but that's a pretty bright, intense light it's putting out. 6,300 lumens all directed up. So I've set up the light right here in this dark corner of the yard. I don't think you can see anything on the camera right now because it's so dark, but once the light kicks in you should be able to see just what kind of light it puts out. So as you can see, the light is fairly bright, but it puts out a pretty yellow tinted light, and it's not all that good at distinguishing one color from the other. So although it is really bright, it doesn't seem as bright as it would if you were using a light that gave you the full spectrum of colors. Still, one thing that's great about this light is that it's never harsh. Even in the areas where it looks really bright, it doesn't look, glaring or painful to the eyes. A nice soft yellow tint actually makes it pretty easy to look at. So there you have it. That's my 70 watt high pressure sodium portable floodlight. Is this really the most practical floodlight out there? Not really. I would say that my halogen and LED ones are actually more practical than this, but it was a good novelty floodlight to make and have. There's just something about high pressure sodium and high intensity discharge bulbs that have a certain charm that, modern LEDs don't really have. And it's kind of a shame that we're, gradually phasing them out in streetlights, because in my opinion they're a lot easier on the eyes than LEDs. But that's a conversation for another video. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.